Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. So today is the 20th of August. August is flying by. Not a whole lot happened this weekend. I took off vlogging Saturday and Sunday just because there wasn't a whole lot going on other than finishing the packing, which I'm all done packing until I actually move. Everything that I have out right now is stuff that I actually need out. I would probably say about 95 to 98% of my stuff is actually packed. The only stuff I haven't packed are things I use daily, maybe even weekly, and then clothing, all my furniture, my bedding, stuff like that. So that stuff is going to stick around until the actual time that I move, like the week before. So that stuff I don't have to worry about. Not a whole lot going on. Finally finished Kingdom Hearts 2 this weekend. Very excited about that. I tried playing Birth by Sleep. I think I got like 2.5 or 3 hours into it. I can't get into side games unless it's a core part of the video game series, like 1 and 2. For some reason, I have the hardest time getting into it, and I can't. So it's kind of a bummer. I mean, the thing that ruins it for me is when they change the mechanics of the gameplay. Rechain of Memories, which was a prequel between 1 and 2. That one I remember playing on the Game Boy Advance and completing it, mainly because I used an action replay and cheated. But when they came out with it for the PS2, I tried playing through it, never beat it. And when I tried playing it on here, it's like it got so boring to me. Same thing with Birth by Sleep. The only reason I got by the 358 over 2 days or something like that, or whatever that was, the only reason I got over that one was because it was a movie and I just had to sit there and watch it for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So that one was fine. But I just read an article about Kingdom Hearts 3 that was saying that it's going to have, the campaign itself can be anywhere from 30 to 40 hours or more. And then the actual gameplay to complete it is going to be like, with all the side games, it's going to be like 80 plus hours. That's insane. That's like, seeing that I can beat Kingdom Hearts 1 in like 7 hours. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 probably in about 14 hours. 80 plus hours of total gameplay to finish the mini games and everything. That's insane. That's awesome. That is going to be one of those games where you just sit down and it takes you like a month to beat it. So, very much looking forward to that. I got a scratch on my chin and it's bothering me. Oh, beard's coming in nice. I like it. I like it. So, I didn't get out with work a whole lot last week because of the inconsistency with weather. It looks like it's starting off on a good note. Today I wake up and everything's wet and it's calling for rain most of the day. So I'm gonna get out. I'm probably gonna leave here in a little bit and I'm going to just do as much as I can, I guess. So afterwards I did want to stop at Menards. And I'm doing a bunch of planning before I even get into the house just to make it easier for myself. I haven't started the house hunting. My next paycheck, I'll probably take a little bit of money out and put it towards the down payment, get that going. But then I also need to start thinking about my school tuition because that starts in like 2 months. So I need to start focusing on that as well. But going back to the whole painting thing, I'm getting big into planning each individual room out, or at least the main rooms that I know about. So like for a kitchen and living room, bathroom, and bedroom, I'm planning the colors for those rooms. I might have mentioned this in a video in the past, but colors have a lot to do with your emotions, especially with the meanings behind certain colors. Like if you're doing something that is like a spa type of thing, you're going to want to go with like a pale green. It's very easy on the eyes and it's very soothing. A lot of colors have different feelings attached to them, and I kind of want to plan out my house with colors that I like, but I also want ones that actually help out the mood in that room. I'm going to stop at Menards and pick up some hopefully a bunch of stuff to just look over colors. I've been going over stuff online, but it's just easier when you have the palettes there and you could see the colors firsthand instead of going online and guessing at what color that is. So I'm gonna head out to work and then I'll stop at Menards and I'll see you guys later today. All right, work's done. Actually, I've been home for a couple hours now. It's just a whole lot of relaxing and so before I mentioned that one of my pet peeves with this job is that people not having a clean yard. It was becoming a pet peeve. Now it's bypass peeve and it's become a hatred for people. I had to go like in 3 different yards just to be able to take a look at something. I had to go full like Dora the Explorer on them, and it was annoying. Just clean your yard. You have less than an acre. Like all of these properties that I went to had less than an acre. So, what the hey? Clean your yard. It's like 30 minutes. My yard is gonna look amazing. So anyway, I stopped at Menards on the way home and I picked up some color stuff that I wanted to go over with you guys to kind of give you more of a visualization of what I was actually talking about before when I mentioned that colors play a huge role in mental visual cues, I guess, if you want to say it that way. It's just, it affects you, like when you see it, it affects you mentally. So I wanted to give you guys a better idea of what I was going after. Alright, so the stuff I actually picked up was Dutch Boy, and I really like their paint quality when I was there at Home Depot. I'm not sure exactly what all brands Menards carries, or Home Depot, or Lowe's, or True Value, or Ace Hardware. I'm not exactly sure what each one carries specifically. So I just went with what was around our area, and that was Dutch Boy. So looking through this little pamphlet, this was a interior colors pamphlet, and looking through it, I liked a lot of the colors they had in it. See, my mom likes to stick with this one, the reliable neutral, or natural color, or neutral. Actually, could probably be neutral. They're familiar. A lot of people use them, and they're kind of like a safe color scheme, if you want to call it that way. A lot of the stuff, like this one, this Oak Bluff. I love the names of these, by the way. Oak Bluff. I want to say a couple of rooms in our house have something close to that. So, yeah, these are just very common colors. This is just way too light for me. But these, I'm kind of going to be going around these kind of colors. Refreshingly bright is what they call them. But look at these names. Wild Grass, with an E, mind you. Low Country. Love of Green. Wholesome Peach. Relaxed Terra. So, I thought those colors were kind of cool. So I decided to go with those. And these are some that I had picked out. Now, my idea was, depending on the room, and I'll lay them out for you so you can see all of them out together. And I'll put these over here. So, starting with these darker shades of blue. Oh, hello. This is what I was talking about before, where I think I was going to do the living room in like a shade of blue gray. These were still a little bit too blue for me. So I think I'm going to go over, I'm going to make the blues, I'm going to make these blues maybe a bedroom color. I'm thinking like somewhere along here. But going to this gray, I think I'm going to keep these grays, like especially this one. I may end up going with one of these two. Actually, what are the colors called? Let's see if I can zoom in on those. Weather-worn gray and relaxed gray. So, well, yeah, relaxed gray. It's a good one. But yeah, these two right here. So that's going to be like the living room. This green one is what I was talking about before, about like a spa type of feeling, with green being very easy on the eyes. So I'm thinking about going with something like this one. In the why can't I think of it? Having a brain fart. In the bathroom. Red is mainly going to be a dining room type of color. You don't really want to go too red, just because it's a very vibrant color, very full of energy, very aggressive. In fact, they said a lot of people tend to get very aggressive in red rooms. If you spend a lot of time in there, it can be a very aggressive color and affect you like that. Yellow is a very interesting color. Make sure I get the light in here. So yellow is a very interesting color because if you spend too much, apparently studies have been done where if you spend too much in a bright yellow room, people can get quickly agitated over for spending large amounts of time in a yellow room. I can totally see that being a thing, and I'm definitely going to stay away from brighter yellows. I want to go more of a what are these two tones? They're really light. A lemon sorbet and clearly citrus. Very especially this one. You can't really see that on the camera too well. There it is. That's better. It's a lighter yellow. It's not a very dark yellow, but it's going to be between one of these two shades right here. So, yeah, I hope that gives you guys a better idea of what I was trying to talk about before, about how certain colors can affect your moods. So, I just got really disappointed in myself. I went online and looked up the speedrun time for Kingdom Hearts 2. It's less than 3 hours on beginner. Beginner took me about 10 hours. If I plowed through it and got through the storyline, it would probably take me about 8 to 10 hours. And the fact that somebody can do it in less than 3, I think it's like 2.5 or something like that. It's a really short time compared to what normal people play the game with. Holy cow, that's no. Just no. Hey guys, so it's actually the 26th now of August. Like a full week has gone by for these vlogs, because there were a few days where I wasn't actually doing anything other than coming home, relaxing, and falling asleep. This week was it started off as just going over some painting type stuff at Menards, bringing that stuff home, going over it with you guys. I got my swords packed away, which I shot a little bit of the swords so you guys can actually see them. I think I'm going to include that in next week's vlog though, because I think it might just be a little too much. Other than that, it's been a Kingdom Hearts filled week. I went through and played Recoded, which is just like 358 over 2 days, where instead of actually remaking the full game, they just made it into a long movie that you have to watch of all the cutscenes. So it's a 3-hour movie that you have to watch. But I am now officially done with 4 out of the 6 Kingdom Hearts games on 1.5 and 2.5 HD remixes. So I'm very happy about that. And now I have 2 more to go on there. I have Rechain of Memories, which is going to be kind of and Birth by Sleep, which is also But then I have to play Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which I think is another 3 games in the Kingdom Hearts series, and then 3, which will hopefully come out sometime in January. So it's a lot of Kingdom Hearts to play. Until I get the other 2 done, I am playing other games here in between. Like right now I'm playing through Skyrim, and I think I'm gonna try getting through some of my other PS4 games. So, yay. So I got a really cool idea this weekend when my niece and her husband came over, and we were thinking of a game to play, and I'm like, oh, I'll just go online and I'll find some Disney trivia questions to ask. We ended up going through like 150-ish questions. I think it was like 145. But went through all the questions, and you got 10 points per one that you answered correctly. 5 if I thought that you split it with somebody, or if 2 people answered at the same time, I would split it and do 5 apiece. And it actually turned out to be a really, really fun game. So I got to thinking today that I actually want to make a legit game, legit Disney trivia game like that. Kind of like the Cards Against Humanity box, where it's a nice travel size that you could take along with you anywhere you go, and you could just whip the cards out and play right then and there. So I am gonna I'm gonna do some looking around and seeing if I can actually find a place that will print off the cards for me, because I have a really cool design that I like, a really simple yet sharp design. I just have a bunch of research to look into this, so that's what I'm going to do now. That is actually going to do it for this video. I will see you guys next time. Take care and peace out.